I want you to know that I went hunting at the grocery store at 7 a.m. before I had my coffee to try and get my hands on these things. That is what I do for you guys. That's it. That's my intro. Hey, I'm Amanda. You're watching Swell Entertainment, and today we are talking about and trying Lunchly. Lunchly is the latest cross-promo collaboration between KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast. Prime meets Feastables. This video has been in the works for a minute because I was hoping that I could get my video out before anyone else. Why? Because though I am not on the PR list, a couple of my friends were on the PR list to get sent Lunchly. None of them would send it to me because, quote, they were going to film their own. And then they didn't. My video will still be going out before theirs does. But really quick, let me tell you about the sponsor for today's video, Bombas. Whether I am spending all day on my feet at a race or a convention, or I am just trying to protect the sanctity of my toes for any potential career pivots I may need to do, Bombas is here to help me out. Bombas is a comfort-focused premium basics brand with a mission of helping those in need. They donate the 3 most requested items at homeless shelters, which is socks, underwear, and t-shirts. For every item you buy from Bombas, they donate one as well. Today, over 140 million essential clothing items have been donated. And they don't just have socks, underwear, and t-shirts, but they also have great slippers. Love these gripper slippers that they have. And yes, that is the official name of them, the gripper slippers, because they've got a nice grip to them, which is perfect because my apartment has hardwood floors. So soft inside, which is great after a long day of running around a convention. We also got some crew socks. And again, my favorite part of Bombas socks, no toe seam. These are fun to wear with my loafers when I want a little pop of color coming through. I got some more pairs of the ankle socks because I do wear a lot of low top sneakers, and so these are pretty much my daily drivers. Upgrade your comfort and do something good now. New customers get 20% off their purchase when you go to bombas.com/swell and use code SWELL20 at checkout. Again, that's code SWELL20 at checkout for new customers, and thank you again to Bombas for sponsoring this video. I should also note, as I am talking to you guys while we are doing this, because there has been some accusations of mold being in these boxes and things like that, I will have my work phone filming everything that I'm doing with my hands that we will probably use for B-roll, okay? So that you can constantly see the boxes and things like that. I have been hunting for these things in stores for a good week, 2 weeks now, okay? And every time I go in, they're sold out. And so I thought maybe they had been like quietly pulled or something like that. No, turns out that moms come in the morning and just scoop them all up. I was literally told that this morning by a Ralph's employee, okay? It's like, yeah, it's always moms coming in. So I went this morning, got what I could, and then immediately came home and put them in the fridge. Now I should note, the only ones that I have been able to get my hands on are 2 of them. There is still, I think it's the meat crackers one. That one I cannot find. Even one of the Ralphs I went to didn't even have a slot for it. So I don't know if that one has just been very popular. If some stores are not ordering those, I don't know. The whole point of Lunchly is that these are supposed to be a healthier Lunchables, okay? And they are using Feastables and Prime as like the vehicle for these various food products. That is the original quote that I was told. I tried to find the corresponding Lunchables meal with the Lunchlys. So for example, Lunchly Fiesta nachos, okay? And then we've got Lunchables nachos with cheese dip and salsa, okay? And these are the corresponding ones. I didn't just do like the regular Lunchables pack, considering Lunchly has a candy bar and a drink with it as well. I went with the Lunchables that have a Capri Sun, and this one has a Kit Kat. I bought 2 of these because originally this was the only thing that was at the store, and I thought maybe the case here is that people weren't buying these ones because of the alleged mold situation, okay? So for those of you who don't know, I believe it's specifically the pizza ones. There have been a couple of instances of people finding mold in the cheese because one of the whole things with Lunchables that Lunchly is claiming is that they don't use real cheese while Lunchly does. Got the pizza, okay, is the Lunchly one. And then we got Pizza Treatza, which is like a dessert cookie style, and then a Capri Sun as well. Lunchly Pizza Party were $3.99 a piece. And then the corresponding Lunchable pizza thing was $2.99. Lunchly Fiesta Nachos, $3.99. Corresponding Lunchable, $2.99. Maybe as I'm eating, I think might be the move is to discuss the situation with these. And I did get 2 of the pizzas. One, because I wasn't sure if that was going to be all I could review for this video. But also I got 2 just so we could see if there is mold. we know if it's just the one or whatever, because that was the question that people were having. It's like, okay, but is it going bad that quickly? Their whole thing is, I'll read off the side. So here's the Lunchly thing. For illustration only, Prime Hydration Cherry Freeze flavored with other natural flavors drink, pizza crust, pizza sauce, low moisture, part skim mozzarella cheese, smoked uncured pepperoni made with pork, Feastables, milk chocolate with puffed rice bar. Oh, it's like one of the worst ones. Their whole thing is that it has real cheese on it. So I've got 2 camera angles here for you guys. There is a like camera mount that you put over your neck to do like point of view shots. Honestly, I should get one of those for these types of things. And then there's 12 grams of protein per package. This box is also, I want you to know these were like this. I'll put some photos and clips of like how I found some of these. These things were thrashed. I don't know if people are just like foaming at the mouth, all these. All your faves in one box. Prime, Feastables, and Epic Ingredients. And then Lunch Up, there is a QR code. Yeah, so the one that I couldn't get is Turkey Stack Ems. That's the only one that I could not get my hands on. Editing Amanda here. So it looked like they never released the Turkey Stack Ems, is what it appears to be. Now, I don't know who was their meat supplier for the Turkey Stack Ems, but it sounds like there's a possibility that they could have been caught up in the potential Boar's Head recall. I don't know for certain, but there have been reports of them being discontinued, specifically the Turkey Stack Ems. There was a video that KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast all did, Feastables and Prime coming together. And even in that video, they only have the pizza and the nachos. Could be a meat issue, but it also could have been a cheese issue. Obviously, there's a lot more cheese in whole squares of cheddar cheese, unlike the sprinkle of mozzarella that they have in the pizza. Maybe it was a cheese issue. I don't know. But it does seem like those have been discontinued and they never actually made it to stores. Full deets for the pizza. The party you earned. The ingredients you deserve. Enter the one, the only, the pizza. Crafted with premium toppings you can trust. Each Lunchly box brings you 12 grams of protein per package and 400 milligrams of electrolytes per Prime hydration. No secrets in our sauce, just bold bites and good vibes. So they have the tearaway, but then also, I don't know if you can see it, there's also a sticker on here as well to keep it sealed. Interesting. This is the pizza, first box. Leave no crumbs. And then on here it says used by 26th of December, 2024. I don't see mold, so that's good. And then the drink down at the bottom. All right, empty box. Okay, good, no mold. I should do a taste test of all the ingredients before I actually go for it, so I'm just gonna. Tastes pretty standard, nothing crazy, okay? A little bit of cheese. Doesn't taste bad. I should know. I don't want you to think my face is a bad face. It's a where's the flavor face. Even for mozzarella, that just tastes really bland. Okay. And the pepperoni. Not bad. Would probably taste better cooked, honestly. I'm trying to make sure I can keep everything in view so no one can accuse me of anything. And then here is the Milk Crunch bar, which we will save for the end. We got sauce here. Doing this on my desk with a Formula One car in the back, which is subscribe to Girly Pop Go. No, I'm kidding. See, I was always a Lunchables kid because my parents both worked full time. Okay, that's sad and pathetic for me to do it that way, but okay. I'm like studying the cheese as I do this. I wish there was a package date on this because what I assume probably happened is that with the people that are getting mold is that there were batches that were made early, different times, maybe pallets were mixed up. And so they were either mismarked or something, or they were, distributed wrong. Something may have happened. Not excusing it or anything like that, because obviously getting mold and things like that is bad. I think it just kind of depends, the location, things like that. I believe one of the people that got it was Rosanna Pansino, okay? And Rosanna, I believe, is based here in LA as well. So again, I don't know where, went, what, when, Okay. I'm sure a kid would love it. Like, I can eat it. I'm not enjoying myself, but I'm also an adult. Like, is this where I want to get my 12 grams of protein? No. All right, well, let's try the cherry freeze. Yeah, tastes like the cherry freeze. One time I went to a creator party, an after party for a fight, and the only mixers they had was Prime for the bar. I don't even drink. And I was like, that does not sound appealing to me. Not really. It's fine. I do think this is one of their blander flavors, but I'm not even like particularly happy with Prime. I also should know, okay, because there's always, without a doubt, people that do this. You can be mad at me for giving these people money all you want. That is totally fine. That is your prerogative. But you also have to keep in mind, this is my job. I review products, and the way that I am able to continue to be honest and say whatever I want is by paying for things myself. So you fully can be mad at me for giving these people money, but for giving them a total of what? $12, if that. Most likely this video will make probably more than $12. So I am, you know, profiting off of them more than anything. I guess you could say that. Okay, let's do the milk crunch. I also should note I have reviewed not Prime Hydration, I've reviewed Prime Energy before, and I've reviewed Feastables before. And I also reviewed Mr. Beast Burger. Okay, let's try this. Oh god. I will say their new formula is better because their old formula was like sickly sweet. It was like disgusting. This is better, but I don't even really like a crunch bar. So 360 calories in this one package. I'm assuming that's including the chocolate. So that was the pizza of Lunchly. Now, obviously, we've got to do the Lunchables version. Capri Sun, chocolate flavored frosting, all of that. And I should note, obviously, the size, I won't eat this one, but I will open it up to check for molds, and then I will keep it sealed and in my fridge for when I decide the next time I want to get like really, really high, I guess. I don't know really when else I would want to eat something like this, frankly. What can I say? I'm a foodie who's bougie. I will say the expiration date on these is the exact same as the Lunchly. So this one also has a 10th of December 2024 expiration date, as did this one, except this one's the 26th. Okay, so just to know. All right. And then this one has calories of 300 calories per package. Remember, this other one had 360. And 5 grams saturated fat, 430 milligrams of sodium, 20 grams of sugar. So something to note as well. Yes, sodium, 710 milligrams. One of the accusations for Prime and Lunchly is that they are trying to say that sodium content is electrolytes. Now, sodium is something that you do need in your diet, especially if you are if you are super active, like an athlete or a child. Again, I'm not a dietitian or anything like that, but it's just something to note that yes, sometimes a higher sodium content is not necessarily the worst thing for a child. So this is the Lunchables one. This is Lunchly. Even just looking at it though, I do like that the Lunchables one has like almost like a crispier bottom. That sounds stupid. All right, let me do my taste test again. I'll do all the ingredients. We'll just keep this consistent. Same one I ate before. God, what is this flavor? There is something more, it's almost sweeter, like a sweeter bread. Maybe that's it. It tastes better because it's slightly sweeter. I don't know if that's it. They're both still bland, but like this one has like a little bit more of a flavor to it. We're gonna do our cheese next. Still fairly consistent, the mozzarella, honestly. Like, it's not saltier, it's not like better tasting, it's still pretty bland. I think I just got cheese, so I have no pepperonis with this one, unfortunately. I think that this style of spreader for the sauce is better. It's got the little pointer spout. But I'm wondering if that's like, I don't think they can patent that. Can they patent that on Lunchables? Oh God, I'm making a mess. I'm so good at my job. That's how you know I'm not a mom. I should also note, no mold in this cheese either. Yeah, see, I don't know what it is with the bread, but it tastes better for some reason. It's just like the crust. This sauce is slightly creamier, I would say, than this one, but not by much. Like this one's a little more watery, I would say. Not a ton, but like slightly. And I do want to note that the less calories could literally be that there's no pepperoni on this one. So I do want to make that distinction as well. Yeah, like I still wouldn't reach for this for funsies, but like, I don't know, it's something about the crust tastes slightly better. I literally can't put my finger on it. Let's do our drink before we do our dessert pizza. Our cosmic dessert pizza. Capri Sun Roaring Waters Fruit Punch. I do think things being a pouch just make things taste better. This fruit punch does taste not as good as normal Capri Sun though. I'm an adult. My job is weird. Every time I do a video like this, people message me and they're like, your videos are just you eating lunch. Sometimes Lunchly wins this one because I think it's just this piece, but there is mold on the cheese in the Lunchable. Just that piece, I think. It's just a little dot. I'm not worried about eating the rest of this container I'm not eating the cheese, but like everything else is sealed separately, so I'm not worried. Now I want to note that it could not be mold because also next to it, I don't know how they package these things, but there are the cosmic little sprinkles and there are blue pieces in here. So I don't know if it was just like during packaging, something got connected. Yeah, this does look pretty faux dyed. Hold on. That could be one of these. See what I mean? I'm making the note so no one can say I didn't, but it was the Lunchable. We got chocolate frosting. Is this frosting or is it just like Nutella? That's the question. See, if I got this, I would just eat this one. Like I wouldn't eat I would probably eat the cheese and then I wouldn't like actually make the pizza when I was a kid. Oh no, it's like frosting. It's not too sweet either. It's fine. It's nothing crazy. What's crazy is I was excited about this part too. I don't know. I don't review kids' foods all the time. It's not too sweet. Like, I'll give them that. The more I think about it, the more I'm convinced that that cheese, the blue, is dye from one of the things versus if it was, you know, from mold. Because I think it would be on more pieces, especially since this box is supposed to expire faster than the Lunchables. All right, let me open up this Lunchable as well just to check. Okay, I'm not seeing any mold. Very good. Pizza Lunchable, done. No mold. Lunchables, possible mold. We don't know. Let's move on to the Fiesta nachos. I've heard literally nothing about this one. The pizza obviously is the only one that I've heard a lot of because obviously once you start dealing with mold and things, people start only talking about those ones, which is why I thought, oh, maybe that's why these ones are, you know, ignored. This flavor is strawberry banana. 400 milligrams of electrolytes. Are they counting all of their sodium as electrolytes? No, because their sodium is 740 milligrams. 9 grams of protein. 360. Oh, I will say going into this one has more calories comparatively for the Lunchables. 450, this one is 360. And this also says 0% juice. This says 15%. So this one expired by 27th of December. This one, December 11th. I never liked the nacho ones for some reason. Come off easy. Please don't get all over my desk. That would be such a nightmare. I don't think we need to do an ingredients taste test on this one. I think I just got to go for it. And then we've got the milk chocolate Feastables. Oh. Just so I understand the salt situation. Regular tortilla chips, they look fine. Okay, let's do the sauce one. The red sauce one. Little hot. Nothing crazy. Very mild. Nothing spicy. I want to make that abundantly clear. Yeah, that's the salsa. Pretty mild, pretty tame. And this is the queso. Okay, that's like a cheese aftertaste more than a cheese taste. Cheese flavor, you know? Okay, I will give them this. If there was a one that I was like, I'll buy these to like have in my apartment in case I'm ever feeling super lazy and want an easy pre-portioned snack. This would probably be the one I would reach for. I was gonna double dip, but I'm just gonna stack them. Boom. That did mostly nothing for me. Like that was, like they almost canceled each other out. That was really weird. Ooh. What is that flavor? Wait, it's almost got like a nice tartness to it. I'll give them that. Way more flavor in this one than the cherry freeze. I will say that. Because you barely taste the cherry in that one. Way more strawberry and then like an aftertaste of banana. Not bad at all. Will I be willingly reaching for it? Probably not. All right, now we got Feastables. I like milk chocolate. That's why I'm always like disappointed. It just tastes like straight sugar, which again, for a child, fine. It's not for me. Feastables. Let's go with that. Lunchable comparison. Nachos with cheese dip and salsa. This one I'm going to be interested in the quantity, like how much food you actually get. And their cheese is more of like a lighter cheese. This one is definitely like more like cheddar looking cheese. Way less salsa in here than in that one. Oh yeah, way less of the dips for the Lunchables. Don't get all over my desk. I should also know, because I feel like someone's going to be like, Amanda's not being mean enough for me. I don't like any of these people. I'm not a fan of Mr. Beast. I'm definitely not a fan of Logan Paul. I'm not a fan of KSI, okay? So I have no dog in this fight whatsoever. I am simply reviewing the products that are in front of me. The chips, I would say, is about the same size amount of chips. These are slightly, not stale, a little crunchier. Thicker, maybe? Maybe that's it. Cheese. Yeah, definitely more of a cheddar nacho cheese. And then salsa. That salsa in the Lunchly looks more like a pizza sauce. This one looks more like a salsa. Taste is basically the same though, I would say. Let me double check. What I think they did is that it's the same style of salsa, but the Lunchly, they blended it all together. So like all of the bits, you know, the ingredients are all mushed together, and that's why it's a thicker consistency and looks more like pizza sauce. Whereas this one, there's like a bigger chunks basically. So it looks a little, let me show you without spilling all over my desk, but like you can see the bits and pieces inside the salsa more than you can in the Lunchly one. As far as the cheese goes, kind of depends what you want. Because the queso blanco for Lunchly has a bit more of a kick to it, but then that means you've got a spicy and a spicy, you know? Like spicy, you get my point. Because this is just straight up nacho cheese. Again, if I were to, for any of these, if I were to like have one to keep in the house, it's probably going to be one of the nachos. Because I like the idea of having, as an adult, pre-portioned out things that I don't have to like, oh, I don't have to clean a bowl, I don't have to do things like that, you know, like adult complaining things. Overall, will I be reaching for these things? No. But I should know, across the board, aside from slight variation, for the most part, these things are vaguely identical. And that is kind of the thing. It's like, okay, but why? What is the point of this? I don't need to eat the Kit Kat. I don't think you guys need me to eat the Kit Kat. It's a Kit Kat. Other than to have a reason to combine Prime and Feastables, the food element is mostly secondary. It's kind of giving copy my homework but change things so that like no one can tell that you copied type of thing. Because there's a lot of variations down to the shape of these containers. Now these containers are the same across the board, but they're across the board for both the pizza, the Lunchly, and all of that. And so it's like, again, I'm assuming they're probably using maybe the same manufacturers, like one of their offices or things like that. Why can I not get this straw open? I'm an adult. I'm gonna turn off this second camera now because we're no longer opening things. Everything has been opened. Do I necessarily think that one is better than the other? For the most part, it's kind of like, what do you want from your meals for your children when you are a busy parent buying a bunch of these so that you can just stuff them in your kid's backpack? Even from a size comparison, this one to this one, what's easier for you as a parent? The Lunchables are cheaper. Flavor-wise, the most standard, boring, basic flavors, it's going to be the Lunchables. And then the pizza one, I will say, like the pizza, the bread tasted better, so that made the entire thing taste better. I'm really bummed I can't get the Stack Ems because I do think that is the one where I could probably do like a really good one-to-one taste test comparison with the cheese and the meat product, whatever they choose, like the little meat rounds that they use in those things. Because then we could truly be like, did they just do the copy the homework thing? Everyone's kind of been like ripping into all of them for this whole thing. Dan TDM was the one that made the biggest comment, I would say. When Dexerto released this in September, Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul are releasing Lunchlys, a Lunchables competitor. It will feature Prime, Feastables, chocolate, and a variation of food. And Dan TDM said, "What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better." I will say, because I've talked about this a lot, and I have talked about, you know, creators having companies and things like that, and like, it's no longer enough, it seems, as a creator to just make videos. I talk about diversifying a lot. I talk about posting on multiple platforms a lot. I just came back from Austin, Texas, where I was trying to talk to every motorsport TikToker that I found and trying to get them to make YouTube videos because the money is in fact better over here. There's plenty of instances of creators doing companies that then become very profitable. Look at Emma Chamberlain and Chamberlain Coffee. Now, I have also reviewed Chamberlain Coffee and I had criticisms about it, but also there's a lot of creators that have done coffee companies. There are a lot of creators that have done companies, you know, and I don't think that just doing a company and doing a product and things like that is actively a bad thing. However, once you get into food, we have talked about this a lot, there is a lot more rules and safety and regulations because you're dealing with food. A product that I came up with that I thought would be kind of fun to do for me in relation to my content was a deodorant. I wanted to make con-specific deodorant, okay, because I review conventions as part of what I do, okay? And I was warned that, hey, maybe don't do that because once you start getting into things that go on your body, there's a lot more hoops to go through and it's going to be a lot. So we haven't done that. Will I one day do that? Maybe. I don't know. Does that fall in line with my content of me making deodorant? It does, because I review conventions and I spend a lot of time out at events all day long and things like that. And then you've got things like this, okay, where it's like, do I think that Lunchly in its existence is inherently harmful? No. Do I like it? Will I ever buy this for my cousins, my baby cousins? No. If I see my cousins buying it for their kids, will I tell them about everything associated with Logan Paul and Mr. Beast and all this other stuff? Yes. I will, because that is my job as the perpetually online cousin, okay? That is my job. Am I shocked that this is going to make money? Am I shocked that this has been sold out everywhere I go? No. Am I shocked that they're going to get backlash because people are finding mold in their products? No. I think where brands truly succeed and do well outside of their creator starter, like let's say I start a company today. If you hear about it from someone else tomorrow, and they have no idea it has anything to do with me as a YouTuber, that is where I would know I succeeded. These guys, put a photo of the three of them here, William. When you're the face of a company and you are actively as the face of a company like KSI, like Logan Paul, like Jimmy, you are using the fact that people love and adore you to sell things versus potentially making a really good product. Now, you may tell people it's a really good product. You may tell them that this is cheaper, healthier, whatever. But at the end of the day, that's not why people are buying Lunchly. They are buying it because you are Logan Paul. The moment that that crumbles and falls apart, that's where the problems start coming in. And I'm assuming that Logan is one of those people that's like, oh, I've gone through all of these controversies and people still buy my stuff, support me, or I've changed, things like that. He's now a father. All of this has been going on the same week his daughter was born. And then you've got Jimmy, where it's like I've actively been told by people that have worked with Jimmy that Jimmy just wants to win at YouTube. It's a very video game mentality. He wants to win. He wants to be the best. And this is just another way of him doing that. And we've seen as well with like him with Mr. Beast Burger and him trying to walk away from that deal. And then I don't know if that lawsuit ever went anywhere, but I believe the people running it were going to sue him because he was walking away and then Mr. Beast Burger was going to crumble without him associated with it again. And it's like they had a store. They still do. I don't know if they're still on Ghost Kitchens, but like they were in functionality for a while. We'll see what happens in the next 6 months with this. We'll see what happens if there's more mold. We'll see what happens if after this initial wave, if this does survive, because Lunchly doesn't sound like it's like just a little pop-up thing that they're doing, like a limited time only. These are in Ralph's and Food for Less. These are in grocery stores. These are in Kroger's. This is their new version of this company where they are doing the Capri Sun Hershey's collab or whatever it is that they're doing with the Kit Kats and everything. And so they want this to survive past them, I would think. Or at least maybe they're not thinking that long. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit. And they're just like, we'll do this for a year. We'll make some money. And then we'll be done. I hope I don't hear anything else about mold, okay? And things like that. Like I said, no mold in any of mine. Did you grow up eating Lunchables? Are you fine? Have you tried Lunchly? Are you a fan of any of the people that I've spoken about? Do you like Lunchables as an adult? Do you like Lunchly? Have you tried Lunchly? Do you like Prime? Do you like Feastables, etc.? What are your thoughts on the whole YouTubers making companies thing? Let me know. Comment down below. Reminder, I stream on Twitch. Reminder that Swell Entertainment is now available on Spotify. Reminder to use code SWELL for 10% off on gamer subs. Shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me on channel memberships. If you'd also like to become a channel member, you can click down below. Follow me on my social media. That'll be all up here. And that's going to be Hello Day. Goodbye. I should note for the calories as well, both of these are listed as 5 calories per serving for the bottle. This one is better. I don't know how you do this and then the other one.